Welcome to the JP Podcast. I'm John.
And I'm Tom. And today we're going to do a little review on the food that we got from Swartz Foods, some of the prep meals that we received, and some of the snacks.
Welcome to the JP Podcast.
Tom is the man.
I'm just joking.
Year anniversary.
I'm Crystal.
Share. Welcome to the JP Podcast. Welcome to the JP Podcast.
Welcome to the JP Podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications.
I think what we decided on was chili mac.
Yep.
So chili macaroni and cheese is what we're going to try out today. Heather over there at Swartz Food was kind enough to allow us to shop through the pantry and get some choosings of our food. So
I was overwhelmed because she had such a great selection. You know, she was like, "What do you want?" And I was, I was looking at everything from this beef stroganoff to lasagna.
We got chicken and dumplings on this side. They had orange chicken, biscuits and gravy. And then some of the stuff that I really enjoyed and some of the things that I think are unique to Swartz Food, to say the least, are some of the snacks she has.
Yeah.
She does some really good snack ideas. I know this one's the cheesecake, I believe, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then a lot of the candies, some of the, what is this one considered, a crispy tart. And then, she has some of the gummies that she's freeze-dried, and it was just really interesting to see some of the selections that they have inside their pantry.
Yeah, she had some vegetables in there. I didn't really look at those. I would just kind of like, oh, give me one of those, and I'll try one of those. But very, very nice setup that she had there as far as product selection. I mean, you'll see online there the different choices you have. And to talk about these here, we actually have one, and we did it off camera. But this package here, it's a real tough material. It's not easily punctured.
No, not at all. And then another thing too is you can carry these around, like he's saying, it's very heavy duty. You don't feel like you're gonna just easily break this package or anything. And then two, all the directions are right here in the upper right hand corner. Very simple directions. You rip open this top, you open up the package itself. Most of them are about 1.5 cups of boiling water. Always make sure to double check that so it's the right amount. She said you also can vary it, so if you feel like it might be a little too soupy or a little, not water, not enough thinness to it, you can add more or take some out. And then you let it sit for 10 minutes. You stir it and then you close it back up and let it sit for another 10 minutes. So for a total of 20 minutes. So within 20 minutes and some boiling water, you have a complete meal.
Yeah, I'll show a clip of us opening it, and there was the packet in there. And then, what were you saying about the packet that was inside there?
There is a silicone packet inside. She did mention that if you forget to take that out and you pour the water in and seal it up and cook the food is still edible. There is nothing wrong. Nothing will harm that food. She'd prefer you not to eat the package itself, the little silicone package that goes inside of it. But once again, if you open it up, you see it, try to just remove that immediately and you have no worries whatsoever.
So as far as preparing it, you open it, like he said, we boiled some water, stuck it in there, you stir it up, and then you seal it, and you could feel the heat in the packet. It's doing its job in there. And we opened it up after 10 minutes. It's going to be ready again here. I would say in a couple minutes. I'm looking at a clock over there, and you can tell that this whole thing here, it really keeps the heat in there, and they're super light.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I'm carrying all these in a backpack, I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah, you wouldn't even. Once again, if you fill the whole backpack up with these, honestly, it barely feel heavier than an empty backpack. It honestly would. These things are at most maybe 1/4 pound, maybe.
If that,
4 ounces at most.
It's like she said, you can carry a case of 20, 30 packets in there and still not be tired. They said the MREs are a little bit heavy. It's been 30 years since I've tried the MREs, and we mentioned that in the first video, the last time I tried anything, but I don't remember if it's dehydrated or freeze-dried as far as the fruit cocktail they had in there. So if any of you know, please put in a comment what that was. And I'm talking MREs from the late 80s, early 90s. So if I would like to know, because if it was dehydrated, then I've never tried freeze-dried food before.
Well, let's give it a try.
All right. If you just follow the directions, you could have a complete meal ready to go in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. The smell out of this bag is already smell more.
Okay, yeah.
If I close my eyes and you put this in front of me, I would have immediately guessed chili mac. So there isn't like a weird smell or like a chemical smell. Give some to John here, and then pour some in this bowl. And there we go. Finish it off.
It smells good.
Yes, it does. Not 100% sure. I'm sure you guys can take a look at that. That's the finished product there. Looks delicious.
It does. Right. And I'm going to give an honest review. I'm going to tell you exactly how. Usually, she talked about in the pre-interview that you can throw some hot sauce in, you can do it, but I want to try it as is, and then I want to be in the frame of mind like I'm out in the woods somewhere and I'm starving. You know what I mean? Even though this isn't just for woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this could be anything. For lunch. And once again, Heather, Swartz Food, we greatly appreciate the hospitality. We appreciate everything you've done. And here's an honest review.
That's really good.
I would not have guessed that this was, there's no way telling that this was freeze-dried.
The noodles are cooked. I was wondering if it was going to be crunchy or anything like that.
And the flavor is like a real cooked meal. It doesn't taste like a factory chili mac and cheese. It doesn't taste like Chef Boyardee in a pouch.
I would be very, very, very happy with this out in the field or in my car or even here at home.
And once again, if you are carrying hot sauce, sprinkle maybe a little bit of hot sauce in this, and that's about all it really needs, if that's your thing. And two, as she would mention too, to do the adjustments, I probably would use maybe a cup and a quarter of water. I would take the water out just a little bit, not much at all. Very delicious. The noodles are honestly really good. They're cooked, no crunch, no anything. All right, John. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give that chili cheese mac as chili cheese mac, not as a prep food or just as a regular chili cheese mac?
I'm going to be honest, I'm going with a 10. I'm going with a 10. Okay. Now, what I would do is sitting at home eating this, like you said, I would go with a little bit less water, like you said, and I'm going to put hot sauce in this. I'm a hot sauce kind of guy.
That hot sauce would go in any mac and cheese, chili mac and cheese.
Yes, I'm always just this. Yeah, I'm not one to salt my foods and all that. I'll throw pepper in, but I try to stay away from adding a lot of sodium to my foods. The only sodium I tend to get is by putting a little bit of hot sauce, in there. But I'm not really sure if I would go the hot sauce, the Tabasco or Frank's or the chili flakes. So either way, but as is, I can eat it as is. Like I said, to put this in the cupboard, and the expiration date on this is what?
2048.
2048. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
25 years from now.
That is crazy. So you put this in your cupboard or in your car and just keep it packed, and you constantly got food there. You just need some sort of heating source and to heat up some water, and that's it.
And like we said before, if I am using this for lunch, which this would not be a bad lunch at all. We mentioned it again at the interview and mentioned it again here. We work jobs where we don't get lunch breaks. We don't have a designated time to have lunch. So if I'm at work and I'm having a crane job, you work inside a cab, you do something like that, this meal right here would be this would be my lunch. I would have this with maybe a cheesecake on the backside of it.
Yeah.
And that would be my whole lunch. I wouldn't need to bring anything else for lunch. I'd have my fruits in the mornings, and this would be my meal for my midday snack at work.
Yeah, like I said,
I'd eat the whole thing.
Like I said in the video before this, we all have lockers at work, and try to stock some cans or something like that, just in case you forget your lunch that day. This is something great to have in your locker in there because we have access to water and we have a heating source, we have a microwave, or a little stove there. So
mine's empty, by the way. Ate the whole thing. So I would recommend this 10 out of 10. This is the first one we've tried, so I can only imagine what the rest of them taste like. The biscuits and gravy would have me intrigued. She did mention how she put the biscuits off to the side too. So when you do that, make sure you read those instructions because you got to pull the biscuits out and then put them back in on the second turn. And that just allows you for a better texture biscuit, which is amazing. They've honestly, Swartz Food has thought of everything for you to enjoy this meal. And it's not what you think when you get a meal that is in a package that you just add boiling water to. I would not have thought it was this. Because that's flavorful. That has there's flavor to that chili cheese mac.
Yeah, for me, as far as the review, I give it a 10 out of 10. You know, I highly recommend it. And we're going to be putting up all her links and social medias there. And please check it out. And thank you, Heather. And amazing. I absolutely love it.
Appreciate it, Heather.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here, and let us know if you try it and you got the recommendation from this video. Let us know in the comments there. Like I said, keep an eye out because we're going to be doing some sort of giveaway with her products there, and we'll let you know shortly. You know what it's going to be.
Thank you.
Bye bye.